This is a true story. A very reliable squirrel once told me. There was once a man who did not read, because some sentences had the power to provoke real things he did not know how to control. It would take him a long time, sometimes days, to convince himself that what he'd read was not real, and to return to a time before he'd imagined it. When he read, for instance, that death is not death, it is merely transformation into the pure energy of a higher vibration than the matter of the body, he instantly saw dead people, felt spirit floating in space, and knew, with complete certainty, that he'd always believed this. It had gotten so bad that he kept his eyes down when not in the safety of his own home, for fear that some clever advertising might control him. One night, unable to sleep and in a strange mixture of rapture and self-confidence, he wrote down a list of things to remember, things he might forget when the universe wasn't speaking so clearly. The next morning, doubting what he'd experienced and against his better instincts, he read it. "You are God," it said. "You can do anything you want. No one can stop you. Nobody wants to. Everyone wants to help you create and to celebrate life with you." He left the house dreaming. His eyes were open in such a way that assured him, you can open your eyes for the first time as many times as you like. His being apprehended the world as though it will be here forever. His head was tilted slightly upward. His eyes would not close, even had he wanted them to. Why would any eyes ever close, he wondered, but for death? The trees had never contained such personality, bark and leaves such definition. The sidewalk told him stories of childhood as he put one beautiful shoe in front of the other. He felt the ground beneath him, not against, for him. This man, each man, of such vast and unknowable privilege, he was on the verge of skipping. He kept walking. He did not want to skip this feeling. It escaped him, perhaps for the first time, that his neighborhood was in rapid transition. He saw the group ahead, but caution was not in his heart. He did not see as he normally would. When he came upon them, he stopped, surprised. He had forgotten all about them in the 15 or so steps it had taken to pass a massively wise oak tree. He stared at the strangers. His eyes were speaking but not being heard. They stared back, quiet and strangely inquisitive for such ragged appearance. He had somehow walked right out of context. He spoke to them as if he'd just realized this. It was the reason, after all, he was in such a state. "I am God. I can do whatever I want. No one can stop me." God gets bruises and bleeds. God dies. He stopped reading again. He goes to bed at the same time every night now, so not to write crazy things that might make his days more dangerous. All beauty is imagined anyway. Thank you, guys.